Hello, Year 6. My name's Mr Wilkinson. I'm just going to do a short video now about safeguarding and introduce you to some key people in school in terms of safeguarding. Now, if you're not aware of what safeguarding is, very briefly, safeguarding is a process that all schools must follow to try and keep you guys, the young people, safe, both when you're in school and indeed when you're not in school. Okay, so when you're at home. Now, all schools must have a DSL team, and that DSL team must be headed up by a DSL. DSL stands for Designated Safeguarding Lead, and these are key people within the school which ensure there is effective safeguarding in place. So just to introduce you to the team, firstly, there's me. I am the assistant head teacher and the Designated Safeguarding Lead. My email addresses are there. That's my school email address, but there's also a generic email address, safeguarding@brightonhill.hants.sch.uk, which you can use to report concerns about yourself or any other child. Parents, you can use that email address too, again, to report concerns about your own child or indeed any child if you have concerns. When I say any child, I mean any child. That doesn't necessarily have to be a child at Brighton Hill. I work closely with the DSLs in other local schools. So if you've got a concern about a child at a different secondary school in the area, please do let us know. Please use that email address. We have to work together on such an important topic such as safeguarding. Now, other members of the team include Miss Heath, who's our Senko, and an English teacher. She's a DSL link for any children that are SEN or looked after. Miss Thomas, who's our DSL link for Year 7 and 8. Mr Matthews, who's our DSL link for Year 10 and 11. A member of staff yet to be confirmed. We're going to appoint a new mental health and wellbeing lead in September to work with students across the school and support improvements in terms of mental health and wellbeing. But that person is going to be the DSL link for Year 9 students, and we will introduce that person as soon as they have been appointed. We've got Mrs. Treble, who's our attendance officer, and she's a DSL link for any students where attendance is a major concern. Now, you may notice I've put a third email address for Mrs. Treble because if you need to report a student absence, parents, that's the email address to do it to. That will go to Mrs. Treble, and then we're able to log the absence. So if your child's ill, we can log that and we know where they are. Obviously, if you don't email us and don't let us know, that can become a safeguarding concern because we're not sure where that child is. If that's the case, Mrs. Treble will be contacting you either by phone or via email just to chase up so we know where all of our students are all of the time. Mrs. Laney, who students you might not see as much, she's a PA to the head teacher, but she's our DSL link for safeguarding staff and upkeeping what's called the single central register. That's a document all schools need to keep. That's where we log all our DBS checks on our staff, etc. As I referred to earlier in the video and the presentation, there's an email address here that all students and all parents can use to report a safeguarding concern at any time. Students, we obviously hope that you will have a trusted adult in school that you can see face to face. But if you're not confident in doing that, maybe you're shy, maybe you're not sure who the best person to talk to, maybe you're better off writing things down, maybe you prefer that style, you can use that address. Similar, parents, please do pick up the phone at any point. But if you're not sure who to speak to, send an email to that address and we'll get straight back to you and deal with those concerns. We firmly believe at Brighton Hill that safeguarding is everyone's responsibility. Okay, if it's just left to one or two people or the DSL team, that's where potentially students can fall through the cracks or concerns can be left undealt with. We have to work together to make sure that we are rigorous in our attempts to effectively safeguard young people. As such, all staff are responsible for safeguarding. All staff are trained by myself in terms of safeguarding, but your tutor, students, is going to be a really key person. You're going to see them twice a day, every day. So hopefully that's a person you'll build a really trusting relationship with, and they're someone you're able to speak to if you've got any concerns about yourself or another. You may not know who your tutor is yet, but that's fine. You're going to meet them in due course. You will, however, I suspect, recognise this face. This is Mr. DeHome. He's your head of year. So parents and students, if you don't feel you can talk to your tutor or feel you've talked to them but you're not getting anywhere, you know, and the concerns still exist, please do speak to Mr DeHome, or, and you may not be aware of his face, Mr DeHome's deputy head of year 7, which is Mr Banks. He is another person that can help. Okay. We also have a dedicated hub team, and you will meet those people in school. You'll know where that is. We'll show you exactly where that is. And those members of staff are extremely supportive, and again, are people you can express concerns with. But remember, safeguarding is everyone's responsibility, and therefore you can discuss any concern you have with any teacher at any time, and they should be able to help you. Okay, if they don't, I want to know about that, please. Okay, it's my responsibility to make sure all staff are able to safeguard young people, and I'm convinced that we have a really robust culture in terms of safeguarding. It is our #1 priority. Nothing is more important than keeping children safe, and therefore we're really committed to improving our standards in terms of safeguarding on an ongoing basis. In terms of improving our safeguarding culture, we offer information, advice and guidance for parents. We do that through the website. There's a dedicated safeguarding section. You can find that on the website, and in that page there are links to other important national-based websites, the NSPCC, Think You Know, CEOP and so on, which offer loads of tips and you know, little hints for parents, things like, you know, how to keep your child safe online, for example. I also send regular email updates, so keep your eyes open for those, and keep your eye on the newsletter as and when that comes out, because often there are safeguarding updates within those communications. Finally, just a reminder, this email address can be used at any time by any student, any parent, to report any safeguarding based concerns that you have about yourself, your child, or indeed any other child. Thanks for listening. Like I say, I'm Mr Wilkinson. I'm a DSL at Brighton Hill, so do get in contact if you've got any questions. But certainly year 6s, I hope you're looking forward to September and joining us as new recruits to the Yellow Army. We'll see you all then. Take care. Bye-bye.